ASAP Rocky and Rihanna are one of the most watched couples in the entire industry, and that means every single move either one of them makes in public gets picked apart frame by frame. Lately, it has been Rocky's name trending for reasons that have fans going back and forth in the comments, with a lot of people saying his recent behavior has put Rihanna in an awkward spot in front of the entire world. Let's break down exactly what happened, both at the Met Gala and on stage, and how the internet reacted to all of it. The background before we get into the actual incidents. You gotta understand the history these two share, cause that's exactly why the internet reacts the way it does whenever something looks off between them. Rihanna and Rocky's connection goes all the way back to 2012, when he hopped on the remix of her song Cockiness Love It, and performed it with her at the MTV Video Music Awards, leaning all the way into a flirty, chemistry-filled performance that had fans shipping them years before they ever actually got together. In 2013, he opened for her on the Diamonds World Tour, and she turned around and starred as his love interest in his own music video, Fashion Killer, the same year. They were clearly close, clearly comfortable with each other, but kept everything platonic publicly for almost a full decade. They did not officially confirm a relationship until 2020, and once they did, things moved fast in the best way. Their son RZA arrived in May of 2022, named after the Wu-Tang legend. Their daughter Riot Rose came in August of 2023, and at the 2025 Met Gala, they announced they were expecting baby number 3 on the same red carpet where this whole drama would resurface a year later, with their daughter Rocky Irish arriving that September. Rocky has called Rihanna the love of his life in GQ, said she's the one in W magazine, and has been open about how his own mother pushed him to be with her instead of anybody else he was seeing at the time. So when people say a moment embarrassed Rihanna, understand that the bar is set against a relationship that by most accounts and by everything they've said publicly, is genuinely strong and built on real history. That is exactly why these incidents got the traction they did. It's not two random people in a situationship. It's two people with 3 kids and over a decade of history, which makes any crack in the public image feel like bigger news than it probably should. There's also a reputation piece that matters here. Multiple people close to the couple have described Rocky as what they call a shameless flirt by nature, someone who has always had that loose, charismatic energy around other people, and someone Rihanna has historically been described as comfortable shrugging off because she trusts the relationship underneath it. That detail matters because it changes how you read everything that happened next. This was not framed by insiders as some brand new red flag. It was framed as an old personality trait, suddenly landing wrong in 2 high visibility moments back to back. The Met Gala moment, this one started back in early May of 2026 at the Met Gala in New York. Rihanna and Rocky walked the carpet together as a family of 5 for the very first time, dressed to the nines, looking like the picture-perfect power couple. Rocky told reporters on the carpet that Rihanna was shining like a diamond and that it feels amazing to be loved by her. But before they ever stepped onto that carpet, cameras caught something happening inside their car, outside the museum that nobody was supposed to see. Footage surfaced showing the two of them in what looked like a tense back and forth inside the vehicle. Rihanna's body language read as locked in and intense, staring Rocky down, while he appeared to lean away and look uncomfortable, fidgeting with his clothes like he was trying to create distance in a moving car. People who do lip reading for a living got their hands on the clip and offered their interpretation, suggesting the exchange involved Rihanna accusing him of being emotionally distant, him pushing back and calling her reaction over the top, and her firing back with something like a mocking laugh before saying she was done too. None of that has ever been confirmed word for word by either of them, so take it as informed speculation rather than fact. Body language professionals who looked at the clip described Rihanna as the clear aggressor in terms of eye contact, never breaking her stare, while Rocky kept turning his head away like he was trying to mentally escape the conversation. On top of the car footage, there were also viral clips and reports claiming Rocky was being a little too friendly with another woman at the actual event, while Rihanna was right there. One viral post simply asked why anybody was zooming in that close on their faces in the first place, pointing out how invasive the whole thing felt regardless of what was actually happening between them. Insiders speaking to outlets described it as Rocky cozying up to other women in front of her, calling it embarrassing and degrading for Rihanna to witness at one of the biggest fashion events on the planet, with friends reportedly saying she was right to put him in what they called the doghouse afterward. One source went as far as saying it's no secret they've been stretched thin with 3 kids under 5, and that exhaustion combined with Rocky's flirty tendencies made for a bad combination at exactly the wrong event. Now here is where it gets murkier. Other sources connected to the couple pushed back hard on the idea that anything serious happened at all. One insider chalked the whole thing up to 2 exhausted parents who had been up since early morning prepping for a massive event. saying people were simply overanalyzing a tired moment between two people who are genuinely happy. TMZ even reported that a woman seen talking to Rocky at the event was someone who actually knows and respects Rihanna, which undercuts the flirting narrative a good amount. And just to put a bow on it, Rihanna herself posted a 45-second video on social media days later showing the two of them smiling, holding hands, and clearly having a great time together at the same event, which a lot of people read as her way of shutting the rumors down without ever directly addressing them. There was also a smaller side story that fed into the same news cycle, with reports of a singer named Tyler saying she felt awkward meeting Rihanna at the gala amid separate snubbing claims, and unrelated rumors about tension between Rihanna and Kendall Jenner getting tossed into the mix too. None of those extra threads were ever confirmed as connected to the actual car footage, but it shows you how fast one viral clip can spiral into an entire news cycle of unrelated speculation getting glued onto it. So bottom line on the Met Gala situation, something happened in that car that looked tense on camera. Whether it was a real argument about deeper issues or just two drained parents snapping at each other after a long day, nobody outside of them actually knows for certain. But the optics alone were enough to get the whole internet talking for the better part of 2 weeks. The wider noise around them once the Met Gala clip went viral, it didn't stay isolated. It became one of those moments where every unrelated rumor floating around either of them suddenly got pulled into the same conversation, whether it actually belonged there or not. Around that same stretch, Drake dropped a song called Burning Bridges where he appeared to take subtle shots in Rocky's direction, rapping about Rocky's, quote, baby mama not posting a single, and bringing up an earlier moment where Rocky had apparently tried to smooth things over between them, only for new tension to resurface once Drake's album dropped. Fans immediately connected that back to the Met Gala drama, even though the two situations were not officially linked in any confirmed way, just two separate storylines that happened to collide in the same week of headlines. On top of that, gossip outlets ran with completely unrelated claims during the same period, everything from speculation about whether Rihanna was already pregnant again, to comparisons being drawn between her and other pop stars over who has more cultural influence, to totally separate stories about a stalking incident involving a different individual entirely. None of that had anything directly to do with Rocky's behavior, but when a couple is already trending for one reason, every other tabloid story involving either of their names tends to get absorbed into the same wave of attention. That's part of why the Met Gala moment felt so much bigger than maybe it actually was in isolation. It landed in the middle of an entire week where their names were already everywhere for a dozen different and mostly unrelated reasons. The concert comment then just weeks later, a completely separate situation popped off, and this one did not need any lip readers to figure out what was said, because Rocky said it loud and clear into a microphone in front of thousands of people. During a stop on his Don't Be Dumb tour in Phoenix, Arizona, Rocky paused his set to address women in the crowd directly. He told them, quote, thank God y'all didn't know me when I was single, cause I would have gotten with you in a way that does not need repeating on this platform.
Thank God y'all didn't know me when I was single, because I would have fucked the shit out of you if you was pregnant.
Comment was apparently meant as a transition into his song Fucking Problems, but the way it landed had absolutely nothing to do with the song that came after it. Fan footage of the moment spread everywhere within hours, hitting TikTok, X, and Instagram almost instantly, and the reaction online was brutal. People pointed out that this is a man pushing 40 years old with 3 children and a 6-year relationship with one of the biggest entertainers alive, and a lot of folks felt like that comment had no business coming out of his mouth on a stage in public, with his partner's name and reputation attached to him the entire time. One commenter said he is pushing 40 and a father of 3, and needs to stop being so pathetic and embarrassing. Another asked why he could not have just said everybody looks great tonight and kept it moving. Somebody else flat out asked why Rihanna is still with him at all. One person joked that Rihanna was probably sitting at home thinking they'll discuss this when he gets back, imagining the domestic fallout waiting for him off stage. Another, harsher comment called him a cheating loser who only gets hyped up because of who his partner is, saying the culture would heal once people stopped giving him a pass for it. It did not stay contained to just the concert clip either. Once it went viral, threads spun off into bigger conversations about double standards, about what male performers are expected to say or not say on stage versus how female performers get treated for similar comments, and about whether the backlash said more about the internet's sensitivity than about what Rocky actually said. On Reddit specifically, some users pushed back on the outrage itself, arguing it was standard hype man language that gets said at concerts all the time and only became a story because of who his girlfriend is. Not everybody piled on though. Some fans defended it as typical Rocky stage energy, saying it was just an edgy lead-in to the next song and that people were reading way too much into a bit of hype man talk. One fan specifically pointed out that the line was meant to set up the next song and that people were taking a transition bar way too literally. But even some of the people defending him admitted the timing and the delivery were rough, especially with how much attention his relationship already gets. As for Rihanna's response, she has not said a single word about it publicly. Days after the clip went viral, she was photographed shopping in Beverly Hills looking completely relaxed and unbothered, dressed down in a chic jumpsuit, browsing stores with an aide trailing behind her carrying bags. No comment, no subtle posts, nothing. She just kept moving like the internet storm was not even happening, which a lot of fans actually respected, saying it shows the kind of composure she has built her whole public image around. Meanwhile, in interviews around the same period, Rocky was also out here talking about wanting to raise his sons with discipline and keep them grounded, saying he wants to be emotionally present and emotionally available as a father, which only added to the irony for people who felt the concert comment did not exactly match that image.
Hi guys, I want to let you know that A$AP Rocky later apologized. So the next video that I'm going to watch here now is a video of him apologizing to his fans after everybody was complaining about his utterance in his show. Please don't forget to support me in whatever way you can. Thank you.
Ladies, I got bras and thongs on sale tomorrow, so make sure you go get those. Fuck the internet. First they was saying the nigga was wearing thongs. Then they was saying niggas shows wasn't selling out, nobody wasn't coming. Then niggas saying I'm disrespectful to my wife. Suck my dick, nigga. Fuck that shit. Niggas fuck that shit. 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 Fuck that shit, man. Hell yeah, nigga.